All right. This is Tanya Veit with AAE Glass coming to you guys with a Saturday video. I promised 2 this weekend, so we'll do one on the technique that's a little bit more difficult, and then we'll do another video after this on the new high fire metallic outline decals. These are awesome. I can't wait to show them to you. Okay, so I only have 30 minutes for this video because I seem to have a problem uploading them to YouTube. So I'm gonna move it right along. In your email that you guys are getting, I'm always gonna give you a firing schedule, and I'm always going to give you a materials list. Print that email off. And I have to do a disclaimer now. These videos do not replace classes with teachers, guys. So get your tushes to some teachers. There's some great teachers out there: Patty Gray, Paul Tarlow, Bob Leatherborough, myself included, just to name a few. Get on out there and take some classes, and everything I show in my Saturday videos, I do not show in my classes, and strike that, reverse it. Everything that I teach in my classes, I do not show in my videos because it's for the protection of my students. So take it for what you will. But this technique, my kittens, is so cool that I almost did not do this for the video because it's been about a month in the works here. And John said to me, "Don't be so stingy." And I thought, well, I'm not stingy, but this is really good. And then he said, "Come on, do it." I said, "All right, I'll do it. They deserve it," okay? So this is a totally different aspect, totally different take on dichroic. You guys gotta open your minds. I love the look. I really love the finish of matte fused glass. It's actually my preferred method when I do large pieces for gallery. My finish is always, I would sandblast it for a matte finish or a nice satin. I don't really leave the glass glossy. That's just my preference. So if you're not a matte finish person, this might not be for you. However, you'll get some technique out of it. So what else do I have to tell you guys? That's it. Here we go. Okay. We are now distributors for Tim Holtz products, which are Adirondack. Part of his line is Adirondack alcohol inks. So John, if you could span this nice color palette right here and show everybody the alcohol inks. I'm sure you're wondering, how the heck do you use them in glass? So I'm going to show you. So once John has that, and then John, you have your close-ups on the jewelry? Okay. What this is, I'm gonna hold one in my hand. Obviously see I'm wearing gloves because I don't wanna dye my hands all the colors of the alcohol ink. So wear your gloves when you're doing this. Guys, this is dichroic with alcohol inks right on top, and then it's sealed in the dichroic. It is awesome. I wish you could see it in person. I hope the camera gets it. Let's do this is my favorite one, this copper one. How's that looking, John? Good. He says good, okay. So there's dichroic underneath and there's alcohol inks on top. And as you can see, I drilled the bales into with the new pinch bales that you guys know about these. We did the last video. I just love the look of them, still using them. But this technique is so cool, I'm actually gonna walk right over to my gallery when this video is done and put them for sale in there because it's really, really neat. So here's what we got. Alcohol inks, how do they apply to glass? Well, number one, glass is a non-porous surface, isn't it, my kitties? So we have to make it a porous surface, and that's what we're gonna start with first. 2, alcohol inks, they are very permanent. However, if you get your piece of jewelry wet, and then the people have, like red alcohol ink run down their chest, they're gonna think something happened to them, like they got, hurt or something, and then you're gonna get in trouble. So we gotta seal those colors on, and I finally found a non-yellowing fantastic sealer. And so I guess we'll just rock out and just get right into it. So let's put these up here for motivation. Okay, and we're gonna call this technique the matte finish dichroic alcohol ink awesome sauce pendants. Okay, I hope you got that. There's a quiz on it later. All right, first of all, what you guys are going to do is take a piece of bullseye glass, okay? And you want to do double rolled 3mm. That's what I'm doing in this video. There's 1,000 ways we could do these bases, guys. So, let's not dwell on that too much, but you'll figure it out. I'm going to use CBS dichroic. This is the wafer thin dichroic, which is the moss finish. You don't have to use texture, guys. You can use any kind of dichroic. Thin, textured, thick textured,
Thin, smooth.
Thin, smooth, whatever color you want to use. This is all your artistic expression. More often than not, I get about 60,000 emails after this video has come out, and people say, "What exactly did you use in your video?" Maybe I won't tell you guys because I want you guys to. It's the technique you want to get from them and use your own thing. Okay. So What I'm gonna do is put this piece of white down right here. It doesn't have to be white, you can experiment with different colors. White shows up very well as a background. Take your dichroic, and you're going to put that dichroic side up and away, okay? I want this dichroic to be blinding, and we need it to get through, so the alcohol inks, when they soak in there, that dichro can come through. So, I don't want it down. There's a very good reason for this, I'll explain in a second. I want it up. So when you have textured glass, and this is the wafer thin, as I said, any texture, any color will do. It's easy to tell which is the dichroic side because it's the textured side, so texture side up. If you guys are using smooth dichroic, you're gonna have to go to my website and watch one of my other videos on how to tell which is the dichroic side, but you want the dichroic up. Now, you would think that you would just clear cap this glass. You would think that you would just clear cap this glass and be done with it, but that's not what you need to do. I want the dichroic to be as close to the alcohol inks as possible. We're gonna put the alcohol inks on top. I want that dichroic coating to be as close to the alcohol inks as possible. If I put a piece of clear glass over here, dichroic is now entrapped in the glass, which is great for normal other things that we do in jewelry, but guys, it's too far away from the alcohol inks, and the alcohol inks don't show up that well. So this was trial and error. What I want you guys to do is to take bullseye clear or crystal clear powder, and I want this to be your cap, and I want you to do a thin layer right over the dichro. Okay, just like that. So you're just covering the dichro surface, okay? This leaves the thinnest layer of clear on top, and that's good, because what we need to do, guys, is we need to actually chemical etch this when it's fused and make that glass a porous surface, okay? So if you chemical etch the top of the raw dichroic and skip that process, what would happen? You would take all of your dichroic off. So the clear powder is your buffer, isn't it? Okay? All right, so we have a very thin layer. Even thin clear cap, guys, don't use it, okay? So you're gonna look like that. We're gonna put this in the kiln at a full fuse. The schedule is gonna be in the email that you guys get. Put it in, just like this, full fuse, okay? That's a rather large piece, but that's what I'm doing for the video, because you could easy to see. Thank you, John. Okay, so here it is. It comes out like this. Now, I actually like this with just the clear powder. You can see it really, it's kind of a neat look. I don't know how well you can see that with being white, but that's cool. So we got to make this a porous surface. So there's two ways to do this, guys. One, boom, etching cream, okay? Two, sandblaster. If you have a sandblaster, you will never use etching cream again. Why would you? It does the same thing, okay? Most people don't have a sandblaster, so you're going to use Etch All Cream, and we're going to put it on the surface and give it a rest. If you have a sandblaster, and a lot of my students do, because we do a lot of sandblasting in my classes, you guys are going to go to 15 pressure, okay? 15 pressure. PSI, 15 pressure PSI, okay? And what you're going to do is pull that nozzle back 6 inches away, and then lightly spray that surface of clear powder so it's porous, okay? If you guys, the deeper you go with sandblasting, if you guys are sandblasting, the whiter the glass gets. So that would take away, and by the way, the deeper you go, you're gonna pull the dichroic off. So it's very light, that's it, just to make it porous, okay? If you don't have a sandblaster, this is what you're going to do. Of course you're wearing your gloves. And by the way, of course you were wearing a mask when you were doing your powders. If you weren't wearing a mask, the bullseye police are gonna come and get you. Okay, so just do this. I'm using Etch All etching cream. I like it because there's no hydrochloric acid in it. Does take a little longer to etch. If your etching cream is brown, this seems to be a question that we're getting quite a bit, dark brown. As the etching cream gets older and older, it turns dark brown, and it's less effective. Okay, so this is a brand new bottle. This is nice. And what I'm doing is etching that surface in order to get a porous surface for the alcohol inks, okay? So, now, this is going to take, the bottle says 15 minutes, I wait an hour, all right? So you're gonna do obviously a bunch of these, okay? And you're going to put them aside. All right, another thing too, I forgot to mention, I only do one take on the videos, guys, so if I make mistakes, that's the way my cookie crumbles, I guess. But, okay, so I wanted to mention, when you are etching your pieces, these are your finished fire polished pieces. You cannot fire alcohol inks in the kiln. Let me repeat that. You cannot fire alcohol leaks in the kiln. Why? Because it's alcohol. Have you ever taken alcohol and put it on a blazing fire? I have. It's not pretty. That's why you don't see my face right now. Okay? All right? You're gonna look mangled. It's not good. Okay? So, no, you cannot fire alcohol inks in the kiln. Besides that, they'll burn off around 250 degrees, so you just can't do it. So, the alcohol inks need to go on your finished fire polish piece. These are finished pieces that are ground. These are cut. All right? So everybody know that? So, that's that. Now, okay, so here's my piece after an hour. We're gonna fast forward here. So, it has a matte finish. I'm gonna kind of slowly turn this and hopefully John can get it. It's lost its glossy sheen, which again, I love that look, okay? So this is your sandblasted surface or your cream etched surface. Okay, everybody? And again, this is on your finished, you've gotta have your pendant to shape before you put those alcohol inks on. There's no grinding after the alcohol inks. The alcohol inks is it, guys, okay? Good?
It's like a decal.
It's like a decal, that's right, okay? All right, so here it is. Next, what you're gonna do, you're going to take the fine point black pen. We carry 2 sizes, guys. There's regular point and fine point. You want the fine point, and it's the black handled one. It's on the website. Here's why. Alcohol inks, once you drop them from the bottle, they spread very, very, very quickly. And that would be okay for a larger surface, but this is a jewelry pendant, so it might not be okay. So let me give you an example of that. If I took this blue right here, and I dropped it down, okay? Look how fast that's spreading, and I don't really have any kind of control over design. If you see, this is a very specific and small area design. So it just keeps on running and running and running. But then what you're thinking, the people in the scrapbook world that have these inks and love them, they think, oh, I'll take some more and I'll just keep on dropping stuff on there and making it cool. But the problem is when you drop another color on there, when you drop wet ink on wet ink, it actually just kind of spreads that ink out and it actually removes the ink. So you've got to play with these, so definitely have a piece of scrap glass, you know, that you're kind of playing on, a piece of, you know, Tekka, clear Tekka, and play with the inks first before you obviously do this. Okay, so this is not enough control for me, so you can actually do one thing that I call is like a color blend, and you can actually just pull it, and you can dye your pieces. Okay, very basic, but very cool. You can dye your pieces. How fantastic is that? Well, yeah, I don't know if I like it. Let's see. I'm not sure. That's kind of a cool color though, that purple. Now, of course, I do like it. All right, so we just made it purple, so we'll do that. If you want to remove your alcohol ink, there's a thing called alcohol blending solution. Hold on.
Okay.
Alcohol blending solution. You just put it on, and you can pull it off. As you can see, there's my white again. Okay, so we'll actually just leave that on there so you can see. So you would use the alcohol blending solution when you think you have too much ink on here, you need to pull it away. You can actually use that to your advantage. You want to show more dichrome areas, and I'll show you a cool way to do that as well. Now, these pens are finicky. The alcohol alcohol inks, okay, a little goes a long way. These are super cheap, guys. I think they're under $4. They're super cheap, and we carry every single color. So, all right, John, get this on camera. Ready? Okay. So you see how much that drops? That's so much. Bring your bottle to the thingy. What is it called? The fluid writer, okay? And just don't squeeze the bottle. I mean, I'm talking a drop, okay? Take your scrap glass, which is right next to you, and let it run. This is how you control the alcohol. Whoops, sorry. This is how you control the alcohol inks, okay? All right. So now I can then do my designs. Oh, come on. I gotta hold it. Do my designs accordingly. And go like this. Da-da-da. Okay. Now that's cool enough and it's right. Now watch. I just put like the littlest drop in here. And I have to kind of run it out. So now I just ran it out. So, I mean, it's about control. Of course, I'm making this look very easy, guys. I've been messing with this for on and off, not like every day slaving the grind here. I've been in Vegas and doing boot camps, but, you know, I've eliminated a lot of frustration for you, but don't put a lot of ink in there. You're just gonna be so frustrated with that. So, you know, and you can actually hold it, like I'm holding it down. Look at, spreading, okay? Hold it. All right, now I'm gonna get what's called the tie-dye effect right there. As the ink dries underneath, and you add more color on top, it kind of spreads everything. So this is kind of like the water stain effect. See, I just hold it there. All right, so you'd rather just kind of half the drop Right, guys? Half the drop. Okay. Ooh. Hold it down. There you go. See that tie-dye effect I'm getting right there? Okay. If you like that kind of thing. Da-da-da, da-da-da. I'm just dyeing I'm dyeing the dichroic underneath. Now, if your glass was glossy, which is non-porous, at this time, this stuff would just be wiping right off and not sinking into the glass, okay? So let's do kind of a bolder color and see what happens. Let's do this blue over here. Okay. Another thing that you can do is leave a drop on here. Okay. And blow it without powder on the table. And get kind of a cool, weird, modern art, I'm angry effect. I'm angry. Show me angry. Show me angry. Show me mad. That's angry. That's mad. Okay. All right. So, okay. Oh, it's always a party, guys. Okay. So look at, I'm putting different color. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So now I'm going to go, oh my gosh, there's every color in the world. I can't even stand it. So I do think there's too much, I do think there's too much purple here because you start getting nutso and you get obsessed and you want to put more and more and more and more on here. But what you don't seem to realize is you are covering your dichro, guys, okay? So I'm going to do a little line right here because it needs a dark contrast. So here's my scrap glass. Look at that. Nice contrast. Nice contrast. Okay. A lot of you probably have the, okay, if you want to stop the spreading, it's blow, blow. A lot of you, I'm going to go right down the middle. Can I make it? Oh, I can. A lot of you probably have the other writer, which is the gold-handled one. And that is too big for this, guys, okay? And let me pull one aside, John, hold on. That's this one. This is the regular point. It just bleeds all over the place. It's like dumping from the bottle. So this, it's the black fine, oh, sorry. It's the black fine point that you want. Okay, so mess with it, make designs. Look on YouTube, there's a bunch of videos on how to use Adirondack alcohol inks. Adirondack, sorry, Tim Holtz. Adirondack alcohol inks and for scrapbooking and putting it in the glass, guys. This is what you do, okay? You gotta find other mediums and you know, get excited about it. Okay, now, I always have a second magic outline. So yeah, of course I'm going buy two because you're gonna buy them from us because you guys are awesome and so that's what you wanna do. But here's why. There's a little thing called mixatives. There's copper, pearl, and silver. We'll let John zoom in on that, okay? And what those are metallic. They're a little thicker, guys, okay? So I always have one for the mixatives and one for the color. You notice you don't need 15 of these. I just drop a little bit in, run it through on the glass, and then change the colors. It's not a problem, okay? But as soon as you guys are done with this, put it in a container with acetone, okay? Let me tell you why. The ink, the alcohol will evaporate and the ink will get clogged into that little tip, okay? What a nightmare. Do not be a pen clogger. You will not respect yourself in the morning, okay? So, soak it in the acetone. I do it all the time. I got like 15 in here that are clogged, okay? So anyways, as soon as you're done, soak it in the acetone, give it a dip. Yeah, it kind of stinks. Nobody likes to do it, but just keep on doing that kind of thing, and then it will clear out, okay? So I do that for like an hour. Now, you could take the mixatives, okay? I like to apply the mixatives last. The mixatives are the silver metallic accent. So I'm going to take a look at this and go, you know what? I got a little alcohol happy. I need to take away some of this ink. I want to bring out more of that dichroic, okay? So you can use the blending solution, but if you dump it on here, I'll show you the tip. You dump it on, guys, look at, it's like big time. Here, I'll show you. I mean, it spreads all over, all right? It's no control. It's no good?
I didn't get it.
Oh, all right, I went too fast, okay. But anyways, it's a big tip, okay? You can get this alcohol ink blending pen, which I really just discovered yesterday before the video. I have to tell you the truth, I was using Q-tips with the alcohol blending, and I thought, what's this for that I bought? So what you do with this is, the directions are on here, you remove the tip, like that, remove it, and you put the alcohol blending solution in there, and then you put the tip down, and then you close it, and then you have a thicker and then a thin, like a marker. You can use this to be precise about pulling this stuff up. Is that not awesome or what? Okay, so I want to do a big streak of dichro. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Right here.
Can't your hands go.
Okay, this is your eraser. Look at that. That's awesome, isn't it? Okay. See that, guys? I wanted to pull that dichro up, so I pulled some of that ink away in a controlled manner. Okay, right there. I wanted to now look at the dichro coming out. Are you able to see it on camera?
It's too shiny.
It's too shiny. Okay. Well, that's what's happening. So what this is kind of an eraser. Now, like I said, this can become a mess, or this could be fantastic. It's really up to you. So just blow on it. But anyways, there's your modern art piece. Okay. So now, I'll tell you what. This stuff is really good. It's real good. But you know, it dries really nicely. Sorry, I got thrown off track there. I got my timer, my 10-minute timer just went off, okay? It dries really nicely, but I would think that you guys are concerned about, you know, people wearing this in the rain and all that good stuff like that. So we need to do some kind of sealer. Okay, here we go. Once this is dry, and I wait about an hour. So we're gonna pretend that we're fast forwarding and get in time about an hour. This is Rust-Oleum Matte Finish, okay? Also, the other one that works fantastically is Krylon, K-R-Y-L-O-N. Rust-Oleum is a Home Depot product. Krylon is a Michaels and Ace Hardware Walmart product. But here it is. You want matte finish to retain that sandblasted surface. And here's the big key, guys, non-yellowing, okay? What you're gonna do, of course, John cannot get this on camera, but we're gonna spray this just like that. That's all you need, okay? Now, if you don't like a matte finish, that's gonna dry to a matte finish. If you don't like a matte finish, what are you going what kind are you gonna purchase? Everybody, all together now.
A gloss finish.
Gloss finish, okay? So I actually think this matte finish is pretty cool. So if you bought a gloss finish, that's kind of what it looks like. It's really up to you guys, okay? So that's what you wanna do. And by the way, this is non-toxic, non-yellowing, fast drying, and eliminates glossy sheen. Ideal for crafts, art, and decorative projects, okay? So, let it dry. It seriously dries in about an hour, and then you have this awesome stuff right here of new gallery quality jewelry. Can you fire this after you are done with the alcohol inks and the spraying? No. Guys, okay? Absolutely not. Do not put this stuff in your kiln, okay? I had to say this over and over again, things like that, those safety issues, because people go, I thought you could, and I said, no, you can't do it, okay? So that is it, and I hope you enjoyed it. It's pretty awesome, and by the way, if you guys want to use the alcohol inks, if you guys are working large on your sandblasted areas, I think that you will absolutely love it. It's a cool look, and just make sure you cover it with that matte finish. That's video number 1 today of Saturday, April 26th, okay? And then we're gonna have another one. So both of these will be on the website. As always, they'll be up for 72 hours. I thank everybody for watching. I have a jewelry boot camp coming up in July of this year in 3 months. It's the only program. You come out with 40 pieces of jewelry and you do 15 techniques. There's a gazillion things. We just released it yesterday. It's already half full. Come on down in Florida. Who cares if it's in July? We'll be doing glass in the air conditioning all day, and that's what the hotel pool is for. Okay? Come down, have a drink with me. Have some fun with me. Bye, everybody.